BookTube, it's Jackie. How's it going? If you're new to me and this is the first time you're seeing my face, hello, what's up? My name's Jackie. I sit on my floor and I talk about books. So I hope that's why you're here, because that's what's going to be happening today. If you're not new to me, thank you for always tuning in. The continued support, really do appreciate it. So today for you, I have my June TBR. Yes, we are already in June. We are at the halfway point of the year, guys. I don't know how I feel about that. I don't feel like I'm ready. I know that. I'm also not ready for summer. I'm not ready for summer to be over and my daughter be walking in as a senior in high school and then turning 17 and all this other. I'm just not ready for this. There are way too many things changing in my life right now. Not ready. So, I can tell you that right now. But, despite not being ready for any of that shit, I am ready for this TBR, because this is my June TBR. This is my rainbow TBR, because as you know, June is Pride Month, so I always like to try to read the rainbow. So if you'd like to find out what is on the other side of my rainbow, grab yourself a drink, have yourself a seat, and let's talk these books. Alright. Reading Rainbow, guys. It's the Reading Rainbow. However, there are two books that I need to get to this month that could not fit into the Reading Rainbow because of their color scheme. So, we're going to go over those first, and those happen to be my two book club books. Go figure. So the first one is my Black Hat Book Coven. If you are not familiar with the Black Hat Book Coven, that is an online book club that I've been a member of for quite some time now. This is actually their shelf right here. These are my bookie, witchy books, and we just are four girls that get together twice a month on reading sprints and a live show, and we read and discuss witchy books. That's all we do. And this month's pick was Laura's, and it is The Women of Wild Hill by Kristen Miller. So, this follows three sisters that are brought back to Wild Hill in Long Island to kind of rediscover their magic. Wild Hill, there was a family generational magic kind of system, and then these three have to be brought back to discover their family legacy. And it seems really interesting. I'm really excited about it. It seems very much like a Jackie book, and I'm very, very intrigued. Laura also picked it, and so far me and Laura are jiving this year. Like our picks we're loving each other's picks, and usually it does not happen, guys, by the way. Me and Laura are usually the polar opposites, but we are jiving, and the books this year are banging. I have not had an issue with any of the books we picked this year. I'm like, we are peaking this year with book picks. I'm so proud of us. So I'm just hoping we're going to keep that momentum going with this guy. I feel like we will. I feel like this is going to be another strong contender, definitely. Because I do love a good generational. I love family lineage. I love some history. I love, the East Coast kind of witchcraft feel. So I feel like this is going to be dope. And I also really love this cover. You're probably wondering, how could you not fit that in the rainbow? When you see the other books, I was actually going for more a solid kind of block feel, just so you're aware. But Black Hat Book Coven, right here. The next book club I am a member of is hosted by Oceana Reads, and it is the Francine River Book Club, where we are going back and reading just a Francine River book every single month. She is a Christian writer, and I absolutely adore this woman. And currently, we are working through her Mark of the Lion series, and in June, we are finishing that bad boy up with As Sure as the Dawn. I will be finishing the second book up in the next coming days, so I can definitely dive right back into this one. I am having such a good time with this series. Oh my gosh. I cannot believe I waited so long to fucking read this. This is set in ancient Rome, following three main characters, Hadassah, Marcus, and Atreides? I think is how you say his name. I think. Hadassah was a Christian girl that was captured during the sacking of Rome. This is taking place a few years after the death of Christ. And she was brought and sold as a slave, thinking that she was a Jew, and she was not. She's a Christian. And in the first book, the heartstrings were ripped the fuck out and shown to me. Like, it hit all the feels, and the second one is pretty much doing the same fucking thing. So I'm really hoping for a really slam dunk conclusion to the series. I'm very, very excited about finishing up the series and getting a long-standing series on my shelf, read and completed. Look at me completing shit this year, guys. Look at this happening. So proud of me. Aren't you proud of me? I am completing shit and I'm doing things. Things are changing, but I'm doing things. I don't know if there's a correlation, but let's keep that momentum going. Let's keep it going. So those are the two books that I have have to read for book clubs. The live show for this, I don't know if it's been scheduled yet or not, but when it does, I'll link it down the down box below. And I'll also link the Black Cat Book Coven members, Laura, Kristen, and Becky. I'll link their channels down the down box below, and I will also link Oshana Reads in the down box below if you want to go check any of them out. Okay, so now for my rainbow. Pride Month. LGBTQ plus representation month. This is your guys' month. Let's show pride. Love who you want to love, okay? Just love who you want to love. I don't care as long as it's consensual, okay? It's consensual and they're not fucking minors. Thanks. Thank you. Just enjoy yourselves. And I'm going to show my pride by reading The Rainbow. And it starts off with red. And also, by the way, the Reading the Rainbow is won the Gauntlet Challenge for my Reader's Gauntlet. So I am knocking off a whole fucking challenge this month for my Reader's Gauntlet. So this is slam dunk finish. Look at me doing shit. Making moves, people. But let's start with red. So I just recently completed the second installment to the Dungeon Crawler Carl series. And, you'll hear about it in a wrap-up. That's all I gotta say. You'll hear about it in a wrap-up. But, palette was moistened. I'm ready. I'm raring to go. And guess what? The third book happens to be red. So, the first book is the Dungeon Anarchist Cookbook by Matt Dimon. This is the third installment to the Dungeon Crawler Carl series. This is a dystopian kind of fantasy series where the world has ended and all the people that survived the ending of the world are now placed in this intergalactic, like, reality show where it is D&D, Magic the Gathering, video games on fucking steroids. We have societal norms being made fun of, ripped to pieces, and smashed pushed together, and just these conglomerations of things. The last book had some soap opera level shit going on. The heartstrings were pulled. I almost had a heart attack with Donut. Oh my god. Dude, Princess Donut for the win, okay? She, spirit fucking animal. Mongo, love that little guy. He's not so little anymore though, but I love him. So I'm really excited to see where we go with the third one. And as the series progresses, they start getting fatter. So we got a chunky one on here, but that is okay. Here we go. The third one in the books. It's on the list. Now, for my orange book, I had quite a few of orange books, but a lot of my oranges looked red compared to this one. They looked very similar in color. So I decided to go with an actual orange book, and I've been holding on to this one for quite some time. And this is Jennifer Saint's Electra. Going back to my ancient Greece, ancient Rome stuff, I am still very much been put back in that mindset with reading the series, so I kind of enjoy this idea of kind of going back to Greek and Rome and things of that nature. So Electra, we're just going to go over who she is. 3 women tangled in an ancient curse. I can't say her name. When Clemestra marries Agamemnon, she ignores the insidious whispers about his family line, the House of Atreus. But when, on the eve of the Trojan War, Agamemnon trays Clemestra to the most unimaginable way, she must confront the curse that has long ravaged their family. In Troy, Princess Cassandra has a gift of prophecy that carries a curse of her own. No one will ever believe what she sees. When she is shown what will happen to her beloved city, when Agamemnon and his army arrive, she is powerless to stop the tragedy from unfolding. Electra, Clemestra, and Agamemnon's youngest daughter, wants only for her beloved father to return home from war. But can she escape her family's bloody history, or is her destiny bound to violence too? So, yay. I'm excited to kind of jump into this. I've been holding on to these. I've got quite a few of ancient Greek books, so hopefully this will kind of kickstart and make me want to continue reading these. So I get some of these off my shelf too, because they've been on my shelf for a while. My yellow book, the spine is not yellow, but the cover is. And I decided to actually try to accomplish some stuff with my self-destruct list. One of the books I put on my self-destruct list this year was Emily Henry's Beach Read. So I decided to put this as my yellow. It's a summer contemporary read. I believe this is the one where there are 2 authors and they're both like have writer's block, and so they switch and write each other's genre, and they kind of fall in love and have a romance based off of that. So I'm anxious to see. This was my first Emily Henry. She's very popular, she's very beloved, but I've never read her, and she was on my self-destruct list. So I thought, let me see if I can maybe find a new favorite, maybe find a keeper, or definitely get her off my shelves. For the color green, there was quite a few books I could have picked, but I decided since it's LGBTQ representation month, I should probably have some LGBTQ rep on my fucking TBR. I mean, I think it's fair to say there should probably exist. And I was picking one book, and I was just like, I don't feel like this is the time to read that, because it's more like St. Patrick's Day, and that's why it was green. But then I come across this guy, and I was like, oh, I forgot about this. Yes, let's do this. This is Not for the Faint of Heart by Lex Croucher. Okay? This is a Robin Hood retelling with two girls. Yeah, that's awesome. So, here we go. You aren't Mary, Clem said to her captor, and you aren't all men, so there's some marketing confusion somewhere along the line. Mariel, a new-blooded and perpetually grumpy captain of the Merry Men, is desperate to live up to the legacy of her grandfather, the legendary Robin Hood. Clem, a too-perky backwoods healer known for her newfangled cures, just wants to help people. When Mariel's ramshackle band of bandits kidnaps Clem as a retribution for her guardian helping the Sheriff of Nottingham, all seems to be going, sort of, to plan. Until Jack Hartley, Mariel's father and commander of the Merry Men, is captured in a deadly ambush. Determined to prove herself, Mariel sets out to get him back, with her annoyingly cheerful hostage in tow. But the wood is at war. Many believe that Merry Men are no longer on the right side of history. Watching Clem tend to the party's wounds and crack relentless, terrible jokes, Mariel begins to doubt the noble cause to which she has devoted her life. As the two of them grow closer, forced by circumstances to share a single horse and a bed, one thing is clear, they must prepare to fight for their lives, and for those, everyone they've sworn to protect. Lex Croucher's Not for the Faint of Heart is a thrilling adventure full of hijinks, found family, and romance destined to change the lives of the inhabitants of Greenwood forever. That sounds very fun. This will be a fun time. I haven't read a Robin Hood retelling in a hot minute, so yeah, I think it's perfect. All right. Now, for my blue spot on the rainbow, I also decided to do some stuff and try to conquer some stuff. You see, recently I posted a video, can't remember exactly what it's called, but it was 10 books that I wanted to read before I turned 40. Because I had created this 40 before 40 list, and one of the items on my 40 before 40 list was to read these 10 books. Why these 10 books? Because watch the fucking video, it's right here. Okay? There's all different kinds of reasons. But one of the books on that list happened to be a very dark blue book. So we're going to do it. We're going to make progress on my list. We're doing this, guys. We're doing it. So this is Matt Haig's The Midnight Library. And the sequel, I believe, The Midnight Train, has just been released. So definitely looked very interesting. I wanted to pick it up, but I want to make sure I read the book first. Now, the reason that this book was put on the list was actually because I typed in books you should read before you turn 40. A lot of self-help books, by the way. A lot of self-help books. But then there were some fiction books, and this was one of them, because some of the themes it discusses. And I thought, okay, all right, it fits the color scheme of blue. It's knocking something off my list. We're doing goals. We're doing stuff. This is happening. Momentum, people. We're keeping it going. So I'm excited about this one, but let's tell you what it's about if you're not familiar with it. A dazzling novel about all the choices that go into a life well lived. Between life and death, there is a library. Up until now, Nora Seed's life has been full of misery and regret. She feels she's let everyone down, including herself, but things are about to change. When she finds herself in the Midnight Library, she has a chance to make things right. The books in the Midnight Library enable Nora to live as she has done things differently. Each one contains a different life, a possible world in which she made different choices that played out in an infinite number of ways, affecting everyone she knew as well as many people she never met. With the help of an old friend, she can now undo every decision she regrets. She tries to work out her perfect life, but things aren't always what she imagined they'd be, and soon her choices place the library and herself in extreme danger. Before time runs out, she must answer the ultimate question: what is the best way to live? Well, based off that synopsis, I can see why you would put that on a list before 40, for sure. But yeah, here's my blue book. Sorry about that, guys. No storage. I think I need to get a new phone. I think. So anyway, my last book for my rainbow TBR is, of course, Purple or Indigo, however you want to call it. And I decided to go with Enchantra by Kaylee Smith. This is the conclusion to the Phantasma duology, Wicked Games duology, whatever you want. I think it's Wicked Games duology. I read Phantasma last year, and I think I gave it like 3.5 stars. And this actually follows the sister of our previous main character. So we follow Genevieve, I think is her name. Yeah. And she has found her way into the Enchantra version of Phantasma, the game that her sister fell in love with an archdemon. So we're going to see the conclusion and see what happens and see if I like it as much as I like the other one. So, but that is my TBR, guys. That's my rainbow TBR. Although this one's yellow. And then my book clubs. So, this is what I got for you guys today. I hope you guys enjoyed this, and I hope you have a great Pride Month. And let me know if you are going to be reading The Rainbow this month. And if you are, which book are you looking forward to the most? Until I see you guys again, have a good one, and I will see you guys all very, very soon.